We will be inviting Isabella James and Jesse Zilm onto the stage. And they are actually the dynamic duo behind AHA Design Studio. And will be actually presenting on their own home and office. So Jesse has an extensive experience working on all stages of the architectural design process. The projects she's been involved in range from multi-story residential buildings with a strong community on healthy communities to small-scale residential architecture and landscape architecture. Isabella has worked on a wide range of projects within the residential and urban realm, including open space, public art, urban design and civic design, play spaces, and also other residential developments. Isabella mainly strives to develop innovative approaches toward landscape and architectural design by exploring the intricate composition of landscape narrative, place, and community. So we'd like to invite both Jesse and Isabella up here on the stage and give us some insight on your own home.
The blue one? Looks like Ken. Okay, thank you for inviting us here tonight at ASBN. We'd like to acknowledge the land we meet on today as the traditional lands of the Kaurna people, and we respect the spiritual relationship with their country. So this is Jessie Zilm. She's an architectural graduate and landscape architect. I'm Isabella James, a landscape architect. We've been in practice for the last 7 years and spent the last 2 years establishing our own business, AHA Design Studio, which focuses on custom and sustainable designs. We are here tonight to discuss AHA Studio, an early design in our practice. At the time, we were but 24 and 25 years old, working in small design firms in the city when we decided, why don't we just buy a house? Nothing was even remotely in our price range. It was an unaffordable goal. So young, full of energy and with a lot of creative ideas, we soon found ourselves looking for land and designing and building our own dream house.
So our brief consisted of the following: sustainable, experimental, contemporary, comfortable, cost-effective, and buildable. And the buildable one was the big one because it was a way for us to gain a greater understanding of the construction process, techniques to streamline the build, and to maximise our budget.
So we soon came across 1,000 square metres in the Adelaide Hills, a quarter-acre block and the quintessential Australian dream.
So the build size of our home is only 64.5 square metres, so it's the equivalent to like a double-car garage. So it's very small, and it actually replaced a double-car garage that was previously on the site. So the average house size in Australia is about 230 square metres, which is some of the biggest in the world, equivalent to the US. And we built it to suit our own lifestyle and based on our current needs and not on who might own it in the future, with flexibility to adapt in the future as well. We also wanted to challenge perceptions on how much space we need and want, probably more importantly. Building smaller inherently encourages us to kind of junk control. It means we can speedily clean, and maintenance is fairly minimal, as is heating and cooling. We don't have an air conditioner, we have a fan, and we have a combustion heater, which we usually put on for about 2 hours over the winter each day. It also allows us to celebrate our landscape and our garden, which is established and really beautiful and we love.
The site context is essential to any build. For this design, we had some great pre-existing herbaceous bones to work with, including native stringy barks, Eucalyptus leucoxylon, a mixed European species such as camellias, rhododendrons, sequoia, and a 60-year-old oak tree. With a sloped site that required terracing, we situated the build to the top of the hill with a northern aspect and with views towards Upper Sturt and the treetop canopies.
So on the left is the ground floor plan and on the right is the mezzanine. So it's an open plan with a really spacious bathroom. Majority of the double glazing is to the northern aspect. We then have a spiral staircase which leads up to the bedroom mezzanine with views out to the surrounding gardens.
Okay, so as two young, fit and energetic, perhaps a little naive 25-year-olds, we decided, let's build it ourselves. So with limited building skills, we read, we borrowed tools, we talked to as many builders and creatives as possible. And whilst both maintaining full-time jobs, 1 year into the design, we took 1 year to design and receive council approval, and then 2 years to build, and that was by hand. So we literally did everything. We did the Rio mesh, the Forticon, we polished the concrete floors, we terraced the landscape, we did the plasterboard, the timber ceiling lining, we did the concrete bench tops and the tiling. Rhyming now. Thank you.
Thanks for that.
I'm going to push my tongue out. We did the timber framing, the insulation and the timber flooring.
Of course, as with most owner builders, we had a lot of helping hands along the way from family and friends. So thanks, Mum. Thanks, Rod. Thanks to our wonderful neighbour somewhere out
There she is.
for putting up with us for 2 years.
We had a few climbing test runs too.
So we employed many passive design techniques in the design. This is the northern facade, the sun shading shrouds, and the double glazing. The shrouds there block out the summer sun entirely, and the winter sun is allowed to penetrate really deep into the space in winter time. The building blockwork and the roof sheeting were purposely selected light in colour to minimise the heat gain. And then we also have 38,000 litres of rainwater storage on site. And we're intending to put solar panels on the roof this year as the coin comes in.
And we also have great thermal mass. So a true polished slab absorbs the winter sun and releases the warmth slowly. And as you can see from this picture taken late winter of this year, it's really starting to penetrate quite deeply.
This is our worm farm waste system, which is one of my favourite parts of the build. It's our septic system. It takes all of our black water, our grey water. It takes our composting scraps, all of the waste from the garden. The worms enjoy it too, and then all of the liquid waste goes out onto the garden and feeds the garden. We have a regular toilet, just by the way, if you're wondering. And we think it's one of the really fantastic technologies with superior aeration system that we've incorporated. And the tank is hidden, like it's all underground.
We also have affordable materials. So we needed to use affordable materials to meet our tight budget, and also wanted affordable materials as an aesthetic design constraint. So how do we make this beautiful? We used concrete blockwork facade, for example, is in stack bond configuration with sharp weather-struck joints. So this is obviously a robust, it's a quick build material, contrast to the landscape, and acts as a bunker in fire danger season.
Our design was really big on storage too, so we had ample storage in all of the rooms, and then we also have a hidden projector which comes down from the ceiling, and upstairs we have storage hidden in the floor as well.
In the bathroom, we poured a robust concrete bench top and polished ourselves. We used broken and excess tiles as a white tile splashback and mosaic in the bathroom, and recycled excess timber waste was used for skirting, kickers and interior cladding, timber detailing.
Something that we think we have achieved is starting to break down stereotypes. So we're two young professional women with the skills, the passion and the tenacity, I think, to design and also to build our own home.
With a design that's flexible for our own individual needs, although it is small in footprint, it really feels spacious inside to live in. And a surrounding ecology, birds, bees and beasts, we have productive vegetable gardens and fruit trees, our own beehive and planting to provide flowers all year round, and hoping to build a chook shed this year.
We really love our home, we love living there, and we think that that's half of the journey of creating sustainable homes. We'd really love if everybody comes and joins us on Sunday. We'd love to see you there from 12 till 4 at Crafers West. Thank you.
Thank you.